Well, hello. I have to wait for regular, whatchamacallit, YouTube to catch up with uh, StreamYard here. I was not planning on going live, and then I was going to make it. And then I was going to make it kind of a get ready with me because I have no makeup on whatsoever. But then I was talking to Tiffany and she appreciated my garage shoes and said that she was going to go live. But then she started watching my live and got kind of like caught up in it. So I said, well, if you're not going to go live, I'm going to go live because I just think all of this is kind of a little bit of boo punky. And so, I think certain people think that these things happen and they make them internet famous. And they don't seem to understand the difference between famous and infamous and just rubbernecking fodder that we have. So I think we maybe need to go through some of that because, I did leave for and it's so funny because I think this is the second time I got Tiffany in trouble with what I said. And the first was when I made a video when I very much started. I made a video about Precious Chaos, and then Precious went to MGL and Justin talking about the video and claiming that she thought Tiffany was behind it. And then some other clip channel clipped Precious talking about Tiffany Marie. And then Tiffany Marie did a live. And then I went on live and was like, hi, I'm just like this little person with 200 subscribers who made the video and have nothing to do with nothing. And I don't know how I got you caught in this, but I'm sorry. So, but like I was listening to everything on Friday and I felt like I could replace her name with my name. It was like, who do you think you are? Do you think you're the queen of YouTube? Oh, you think you're better than us. You think you're pretty. It was like I was listening to people talking to me a few months ago, 7 months ago. And then, of course, somebody said about the fake Barbie bitch looking ass who was living in her garage. And poor Tiffany thought they were talking about her. So I just keep getting this poor girl in trouble. Like, I keep getting talked about and she keeps thinking it's her. But somehow, I don't know how that keeps happening. But I'm sorry. I guess I just keep saying things that get you in trouble. But anyway, I'm not living in my garage. I'll turn my camera on here for a second. And I was going to make this a get ready with me. I have like no makeup on or anything. But this is my garage. Apparently I am. So what? Hi, Mr. Pork. So I had no intention of doing this, but I don't know how this happened. So apparently I heard that I was kicked out of my house and I was living in my garage, which if I was kicked out of my house, why wouldn't I just be like kicked off? Like, why would I be like sanctioned to the garage? Like, I don't know. Like, why? Like, why not just take me off property? I don't know. But anyway, our garage actually got turned into like a gym and a man cave. So it's not my garage. But apparently I got kicked out of my house. I'm living in my garage surrounded by bags of purses, like as if I'm some, oh, I just spit there. That was so disgusting. As if I'm some like hoarder or something. And that's like the bullshit that goes around. Like, and that was the whole thing with Friday night when I was listening to it. Like, we've all listened to certain people and been like, oh, that's an odd. Like, we all know the difference between someone falling asleep and like someone just suddenly being like, oh, did the aviation work to, are we going on the plane? Just talking random, like, that's an odd. That's a nod. When people start talking random crap about nothing, just like, that's a nod. And when they start talking, so it's like, we all know. And, Tiffany had the balls to go up there and say it. And what happened? Rather than like being adults about it, again, I thought I was listening to people talking to me 7 months ago. Who do you think you are? Do you think you're the queen of YouTube? Oh, you think you're better than the rest of us? And it's like, that's the same thing. Is that like the only like recourse that can be said when someone like faces you with the truth? Like you're doing something, maybe say like, oh, she kept being like, put it back 12. And I said I was not going to get into drama, and I do not want to get into drama, and I'm not going to talk about this again. But part of why I'm doing this is that I got this comment from this woman who is just like the epitome of the ignorance of this kind of woman. And I hate to say that, but men are men. Men just like, they don't talk crap about each other. If they have a problem, and I should be getting ready because like I said, I like no makeup on, I look like crap, I got my hair in ponytail, so maybe I'll start anyway. But like men, if they have a problem with each other, they will like say, hey, I got a problem with you, and they'll talk about it, and then they'll be like, hey, cool, let's go play basketball. And boom, everything's fine. Women make up problems that aren't there, and then they go back and forth about it a million times like, I don't know. I don't understand it. There's like, do women not have enough going on in their lives that they need to do this? So anyway, I'm listening to this thing on Friday night, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is exactly like you could have replaced one name with the other. And that would have been that. And then I heard the thing about, so then, somebody thinks they're famous now. So now someone thinks they're famous, which I think they didn't realize that they weren't, because no one talked about them after that. It was like that one night everyone was like, oh, they got their ass handed to them. And then the next day it was like nothing. And they were like, oh, where's the paparazzi? Oh, shoot. But, like, okay, so she talked about she talked about two people. She talked about Tiffany, and then she talked about some fake Barbie looking ass bitch who was living in her garage. So this is my garage, apparently. This is apparently my garage. How these rumors get started, I don't know. But apparently, now, and does this like look like a garage? It's like long and thin. It has metal ceilings that I had made. It's not a garage. And I'm surrounded by bags of shoes and clothes and stuff. Yes, it's a closet. And closets usually have shoes and clothes and stuff in them. So, yep. There's some shoes right there. There's some shoes right there. And there's purses up there. And you know why those purses are in those bags? Because they probably cost more than your new car. I mean, this is like, was going to be a closet, and then I was like, well, it has a desk in it, so why don't I just make it into like my studio too? Hey, Justin, it is. It's like a she shed, and it's great because like, so my house was built in 1950s, and 1950 houses did not have like nowadays new houses have like a whole room that is like a closet. And, older houses, they don't. They have teeny closets. Like, those shoes do not fit into one closet. My whole closet in my bedroom for me and my husband does not fit all of those shoes. So then I had a shoe closet, but then my clothes took over more than half because there's some clothes there. And there's clothes this is 200 square feet in here. So it's 20 by 10. Okay? And metal needs to be put down at the end. It's not finished yet. Maybe that's why they thought it was a garage, because it's not finished yet or something. I don't know. But, it's all the lights are solar and, yeah. But, so I hear, and then I go back and I look and I'm like, I was kicked out of my house and I live in my garage surrounded by bags of stuff. Let me just make sure this is not my kids. And I'm just like, and then I was listening to Benny, and I saw where Tiffany thought she was talking about her when she said about the 7 months in the garage and stuff. And I'm like, I keep getting this poor girl in trouble because how I kind of got my start was when I made a skit about Precious, and then Precious went to Molly and Justin, and she thought, and she was like, and I know Tiffany Marie's behind that skit. And I'm like, no, it was me. And then someone clipped it, somebody clipped it, and like it made it all about Precious talking about Tiffany, and then Tiffany got mad and made a live, and I was like, I felt so bad. I was like little old, I had like 200 subscribers. Hey, Jackie Jude. And I was like, I just got this girl totally in trouble. Like, I mean, I felt so bad. Like, I went into her live and I was like, hi, I'm the one who made the skit. No, you didn't have anything to do with it. And I'm sorry that I caused a bunch of woo-ha. But I got like 500 subscribers out of it anyway, so whatever, you know. And I'm fine with Precious now. You know, it's funny. Like, pretty much everyone I've ever roasted, except for like one person, maybe two, are fine with me. But anyway, so you know, I felt like, you know, I got her kind of like in trouble with that. And then now there's this. She's like, because I saw her in chat, and she's like, I was gone for 7 months and I live in my closet. And then I saw someone say, no, I think she was talking about QueenOG. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, so welcome to my garage. Welcome to my garage that I've been kicked out of my house to, because of, I don't know why, but anyway, it's not finished yet. But when I do finish my garage, I will make sure to do a tour. There is a mini tour of my garage in Patreon, but I will make sure to do a full one. The only thing I guess I need to figure out is how to make it wider so a car could actually fit in here. But hey, who's trying to parse nuts and bolts on that one, right? I don't know. But anyway, the whole point is, what the fuck is going on? Like, when I left, things were not so bueno. And then I come back and I hear they're even less bueno. And they really are less bueno. And it's just like, why? Like, and I can't, part of me wonders how, you know, like, certain people have called it two sides. Like, how you don't hear, like, one person saying, you know, I'm kind of worried for you that you're nodding off and you could get hurt and, you know, something might be wrong. And the other person just being like, well, fuck you, bitch. No one cares. You know, blah, 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 blah. Which, like, totally, and when I said talking like a 5-year-old, it wasn't talking about pitch of voice. It was talking about talking like a playground person, like, you know, like all you can do, like, because to me, once you start swearing like that, and your only comeback for, you know, someone says, I really feel like you might be abusing your prescription medication, and the only comeback is, well, who made you queen of YouTube, and you just must think you're better than us. That's not a comeback, and you just lost your credibility on that one. You know, it's like things like that. The same thing as when people like talk about like numbers and subscribers, because like, why does that matter? Why does that matter? Everyone starts somewhere and everyone gets to somewhere, and in between everyone is, you know, so who cares? Who cares? Like, quality, not quantity. Gucci, not Target. I don't know. Target's just fine. I'm not saying anything bad about Target, but I'm just like, it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. And so then I did a get ready with me chit chat the other day. And I get this response from this woman who scolds me for trying to look younger, because she thinks I really must be in my late 40s. Thank you. I'm not. Well over 50. But thank you for that. Thank you. You know, like, I'm not trying to look young at all. I mean, she's like, you just, you know, I'll pull it up here in a second, but literally was trying to like scold me on this, like, said I like looked like a whore and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And it's like, that's the other tune of it. Why do we judge people we have, like, remember the whole saying, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And don't say anything about someone until you've walked a mile in their shoes. There was a reason your mama told that, because when you don't do that, you sound dumb. You sound a little ignorant, right? Like, yeah. Like, my kids even know, like, sometimes my kids will come down and they'll see things and they'll be like, what is wrong with that person? Like, was she born in a barn? I'm like, no, maybe a cornfield, but not a barn. But it's just, it's ridiculous to me. And it's why when I came back, so many people were like, I don't want to be on YouTube anymore. I don't want to talk. Like, I pay $30 a month for Discord. Nobody freaking talks in Discord anymore because everybody's afraid of everybody taking what they say and taking it out of context and like this whole faction. And it's ridiculous. That means she wants to be when she grows up. When she grows up. Well, she is a lot younger than me. But that's the thing. Like, we all talk about this, like, all of these people, I've heard them multiple times talk about, like, I would never look in body shame and blah, 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 and bring people, and they're like the only ones who like, I'm going to find this comment. Actually, the end of it, actually, maybe I can find it here. Hold on. Let me try and look for it. But, the funny part of it is she calls me a whore and like a vulture, something to be a goose or something. I don't know. She calls me all these names and then she talks about like her generation is so dignified. Well, that's quite dignified. That is quite dignified. I generally curse people out who I don't know. That's quite dignified. Quite dignified. I'll try and find it. But it's like, and and so I said something back, and it's like, when you have people who, and I get very, like, if you noticed, I pretty much took away all my mods except for, like, I think Mr. Pork Lindsay and maybe just Dawn. I mean, I really just, because I was like, I don't need mods. And the only reason I had mods was for, like, basically, like, hi, you're my friend, be a mod. And I was like, why do I have all these mods? So I kind of took them all away. And then, like, the first 3 people who came to my first live, I put them on. So I can put them all back. I don't care. But I don't really get people coming in here giving me crap because I don't care. And most people know I don't care. I'm not here for anybody but myself. I don't care about that kind of stuff. If I did, I wouldn't be on here. I mean, I'm in my 50s and I'm on here with nothing on my face. If that isn't security, I don't know what is. But this woman is all like, you're so insecure, blah, blah, blah. And when people write you like that, you always think like, okay, I'm going to send my first thing back and then they're going to be schooled and shut up. And then they keep going and you're like, wow, like you really are at like the zoo of the idiots and stupid. It's like, I don't meet people like this in my normal life, which is why, like, because a lot of people say like, oh, don't take this serious. It's like, I find it funny because I don't meet people like this in my normal life. I don't meet women who act like this in my normal life. In my normal life, women are kind to other women and women are uplifting to other women and women compliment other women. And if a woman has something bad to say, they take them aside and say it. They don't, like, and in my world, if someone would come to me and say, hey, I think you have a problem, I wouldn't be like, who do you think you are, the Queen of California? Like, oh, you just think you're so pretty. You're not pretty. It's just, it befuddles me. It once again befuddles me. Much befuddles me. Maybe I'm the stupid one. I don't know. I mean, maybe this is what the real world is really like. And this is what we're coming to. And if so, that's pretty darn tootin' scary, if that's really what it's like. But I'm going to try and find, but yeah, don't you like my garage? I thought that was, I saw that and I was like, because it was someone in the comments who said it first. And I was like, because someone told me about it. So I have this thing that like you search and I search and I was like, Libby, my God, got kicked out. Why would I get kicked out? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, I sometimes think, because I live in California, it's beautiful. It's beautiful most of the year. And so I think to myself, like, you're going around in your daily life and you're like, what am I going to do? Am I going to go like hang out with my kids and watch a movie? Am I going to go outside and garden? No, I'm going to go on YouTube and find some stranger who I think I can just talk some shit to and try and make them feel bad. Wow, what a life you must have for that to be like the best thing you can do with your time. And the same thing with the whole thing on Friday. I mean, I got to give it to Tate. She kept going and trying. And, I mean, I'm sorry. I just, I don't, and this has nothing to do, I'm talking about this in the big picture. But why, just because something bad happens to someone, can we never say anything that they do bad again? You know what I mean? Like, for example, something very bad happened to BRANDI, and that's horrible. And and I don't know how I would go on. I don't think I could. But at the same token, does that mean she gets to get away with every other kind of bad behavior that she can ever do? Like, if Hitler had a missing child, would genocide have been okay? Would we have been like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. You just keep going. We're not going to talk about that. Those, chemical war, where they put them in the chemical thing. Oh, those are okay. That's fine. That's fine. You just go look for your kid. I mean, like, I'm sorry. Those are two completely separate things. And you can't say just because something bad happens to everybody. Nobody has a perfect life, believe it or not. Like, no, believe it or not, not many people really know people on here. Not the whole thing, because we don't see each other every day. We don't see each other in the morning and, at dinner and, so we don't know the whole story. So it's like, why, just because something bad happens to someone, can they do no wrong in any other? Like, everything else they do is like, oh, that's okay. You get a pass on that. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That makes no sense to me at all. Like, I think I said one time on a chat, I said something like, I don't understand why she goes on the certain chats that she does, because I don't think that lends credibility to her case. I think she should stay off YouTube, because I think that would better serve her. I think her being on these channels that are cursing and doxing and not very professional, I think that that's, hurting her case. So I don't know why she continues to stay on YouTube. And then I saw someone sent me a screenshot of her, like, in a chat being like, oh, I'm going to beat the crap out of her. How dare her talk about Michael? I didn't talk about your son. I talked about you, and just was so aggressive and, like, literally wanted to come and find me and beat the crap out of me. Why is that okay? That is not okay. Like, I makes no sense. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. But then you know how it'll go. Certain people think they're, oh, you know how many clip channels clipped me? Well, thank you for that's what they do. Like, it doesn't make you special that 15 clip channels, who that's their job to clip things, clipped you. That's their job. That's how they make their money. They didn't do it because you were special. They did it because that's their, it's like, they want to kind of act like, oh, you don't know it, but you're just helping me out. Nobody cares. That's the thing. Nobody cares about other people's numbers and stats. So, like, when people go off on all these channels, tangents about, like, oh, and I got to thank the haters, because the haters, you're just giving me, nobody cares. Like, the haters don't care. I just saw that, Mr. Pork. But yeah, seriously, I saw that once and I was like, holy screaming Jesus. But anyway, but it's just like, I don't know. Let me try and find this post, because this was the post. The whole thing on Friday, I think my chit chat was about the whole thing on Friday night, because I was just like, God, it just was like, that was me 7 months ago, and it's like, and I'm not the only person, like, in between me and Tiffany, like, that's what they say about everybody. And then you get the whole, they're just jealous of your friendship. Why would anybody be jealous of somebody's friendship? Nobody knows about their friendship. Like, what is there to be jealous of? I mean, have they ever met in real life, in person, hung out in the same home, in the same city? No. Like, what is this great friendship that everyone's so jealous of? Why would anybody be jealous of someone's friendship? I think jealousy is one of the dumbest emotions I've ever heard of, because it means you kind of want what someone else has. Well, if you do, go get it. And if you don't get it, then maybe you shouldn't have it. I mean, it's just stupid. My anxiety is through the roof. You know what? Mine was too. Mine was too. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like go on here. And so Jackie, we'll have our anxiety together, and this will kumbaya us maybe. Like I'm gonna actually make myself look nice right now while I talk, and we can share our anxiety together. But that's kind of the stuff that makes me anxious, because honestly, sometimes I think, like, what's going on with this world? Like, this world's going through the shitter. Like, these are the people who are raising our children, who are going to take care of us when we're older. Holy crap! That scares me. People who think it's okay to talk to other people and strangers this way. Imagine if you just went out to your garbage man or like your garbage woman and were like, you think you're prettier than me, don't you? Your garbage woman would be like, what? You just think you're better than me, don't you? No, I think I'm picking your garbage up though. Like, it would be like so not normal. Like, it just like, but that's what it is on YouTube. That's what it is like on YouTube. And you'll be doing nothing over here, and then all once you'll find out someone over there like had said something about you. It's like the weirdest thing. Like, YouTube really is. It's like going to the zoo for like the. When I was younger, I worked at a camp, and it was for, you can't say this word anymore, the R word. You can't say it anymore. But special needs children. It was called Camp Chapeewee. Funniest name, Camp Chapeewee. But I worked at Camp Chapeewee, and it was like, nobody thought anybody was better than anybody. We were all just there having a good time. I don't know what's wrong with people, that everybody needs to think that somebody's after someone and doing something to get someone. And no, people don't like my son does this, my youngest son. He's like going through this little time period where he's like, he gets a little nervous about, is what I'm wearing okay? Do I look okay? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, honey, I hate to tell you, but most people have so much going on in their own life that they don't have time to give a crap about yours. So while you walk through the lunchroom and you think everybody's looking at you and looking at what you wear and caring about it, they're not, because they have so much going on in their own life that they're not even paying. And that's like this here. Like, people aren't paying attention as much as you think people are looking at every little thing you do and thinking about you every minute of their day. They're not, because they got their own crappy lives to deal with. So people need to just chill out, and people need to grow up. Like, if someone has a problem with you and you want to have a conversation about it, try having a conversation about it. If someone comes up to you and says, can you go back 12 minutes and play? Because if you listen to yourself, you really sound like, you're nodding off and you're not doing well. Does anyone else hear that? And it's like, just go back 12 minutes and listen to it. And if you do sound funky, say, maybe I do. Maybe I should go over my medications with my doctor. Maybe I do sound a little sleepy, because I know I put the person on 2X and it is still not fast enough at all. Like, I'm like, can I get a 4K down here? Please, can I get a 4K? Someone give me a 4K. Like 2K is like, it's still too slow for me. So, which was funny, because when she tried to rip on me and she's like, someone called me a 5th grader. Well, sorry that I'm just so animated when I talk and I'm not boring. Like, it's like, okay, I put you on 2X and you're still too slow. I don't think I'm the boring one here, honey. Sorry, I hate to tell you. But okay, so let me try and find this. I don't actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to have to find the quote from the thing, because if not, I'm not going to be able to show the whole thing. So let me just go to the whole thing. But yeah, Jackie, I hope you're doing okay. It always passes. That's the thing. That's what I tell my kids. You wouldn't know how good the good was if you didn't know how bad the bad was. And since I'm getting ready while I'm talking, this is the best eyelash lengthener, Four Cheeks eyelash enhancing serum, and you just put it on that, and it is the best. It honestly makes your eyelashes grow so fast because I'm really bad on my eyelashes. But anyway, so let me find. Okay, here's my thing today. All right, where was it? Okay, here it was. Okay, so let me find comments. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let me do. How should I do this? God, this is way too long. I'm not going to read all this, but she just sent me something new like an hour ago. I mean, it's just the whole thing is just ridiculous. So I'll show you here. Let me share screens here. And if anyone wants to come up, like Jackie Jude, if you want to come up, you can come up. Maybe that'll help with your anxiety. If you want to come up, you can come up. I always forget to say that, but I kind of figure people should know that, but I shouldn't figure people should know that, but I do. But if you want to come up, you can. Okay, so let's see. I don't want to do the whole. Oh, that's fine. There we go. Should I do it down? There we go. Okay, so she starts out by saying many women today lack dignity and composure in the way they behave and even dress. This blondie is a perfect example. I was wearing a sweater that was off the shoulder a little bit. I wasn't wearing like a stripper costume. I didn't come in like, like a nurse's outfit with like nipple straps on. Like, my God. And I said, yeah, I think the worst is when women are so insecure that they put other women down. You might not believe it, but some go so far as to take time to put down perfect strangers who behaves like that, And then she tries to come after me. You're the one who's insecure. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this platform aiming for attention in the way you dress and act. I hate to tell you, but I'm not aiming for anybody's attention. I am just being me, and if people don't like it, they don't have to be here. But I mean, I enjoy everybody. I am appreciative of everybody who comes and listens to me, but I certainly don't do it for some great need for attention. I mean, my God, that's just ridiculous. You don't exactly look young. Am I trying to look young? I'm on here without any makeup on. I think if I was trying to look young, I wouldn't do that. Maybe in your late 40s or early 50s. Late 40s? Thank you for that compliment. I mean, I kind of like this girl at this point. Get rid of that long teenage hairstyle and Dracula claws. I just got my nails done. Like my Dracula claws. That's my Dracula claws. Extra long nails. Stop putting makeup on a public website and act in an adult manner. It's a get ready with me, dum-dum head. Get ready with me. Sick and tired of seeing women, mainly Gen Xers or younger, so full of themselves. I'm not a Gen Xer. Acting and dressing like whores. That was so nice. I greatly admire ladies from the greatest generation, the ones I knew who acted in a mature, composed, and dignified manner, unlike the vulgar, emotionally immature geese we see today. Shame on you. You should know better. You're walking your pup. You know what? Walking and being outside is one of the best things to do for your anxiety. And animals have you ever thought of like getting a service animal? Because service animals are actually very expensive, but you can actually get emotional support animals, which is what I have with my cats. And then it's not really I mean, like service animals are like the ones that smell your diabetes and stuff. They're very expensive. They go through certain like things and stuff like that. Like emotional support animals, you basically like just like go somewhere and get them a little thing. But people still, especially in like San Francisco and stuff like that, people still like take it to like I've taken my cats to hotels and like people totally, but like they do, they calm you down. So if you've got like and you have to like go somewhere, you take them with you, and you can totally get them registered as like an emotional support animal. Serious. So like what should I be knowing better? And like why should I be doing, like that's the thing. Like why should I be doing what this person wants me to? Like what is wrong with people having their own opinions? Like what was wrong with the other night of someone going up and saying, I have these thoughts about you and I'm concerned about, like, what is wrong with other opinions? That's part of our problem. Like, you can't have your own opinion. You can't, and of course, like, as soon as she talks, other people have to go up there to protect. And it's like, she's just fine. And the best part was someone was like, she's just fine. Like 37 people have her phone number in case anything bad happens. Well, I thought she was fine. If she's fine, why do all these people need her phone number? Just in case something happens, because she's fine. But like no one has my phone number just in case I freaking whatever, because I don't, because I wouldn't, because I'm fine. I don't know. But anyway, like what is up with this lady? Like, she knows nothing about me. I'm sure she did not watch the whole thing. So she's probably had a bad day at work. And she probably, like, came home and saw my little thumbnail and decided, oh, I'm going to take out my aggressions on that little person and just, like, make myself feel better. Okay, well, that's really not very dignified, but that's okay. I mean, if that's, if I need to be your little punching bag, make you feel better there, Diana, I mean, you go for it. But you got to at least get some things right. Like, I'm not in my late 40s. I haven't been in my late 40s for many, many years. And I haven't had anything done. So thank you. That's actually quite the compliment. Like, usually when people try to rip on me, they tell me I'm in my 60s, which I'm like, I'm not in my 60s. Come on. Like, at least be believable. Like, but at least be believable. But I guess, but don't be too believable. I don't know. Anyway, so I said, you're the one who's insecure. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this platform. Oh, no, that's what she said. And then I said, being secure means you're confident and assured in yourself, meaning you can do what you want, wear what, act like, and be whatever makes you happy. It's having confidence to do what you want without caring what other people look. You watch to get ready with me. I'm not trying to look young. I'm not trying to get anyone's attention. I'm not trying to act in a way. I'm just fun and being myself. Why does that bother you so much to spend so much time on me? See, that's what an insecure woman would do. Act in a way she was brought up to think how she should be. I would never stoop so low as to be like everyone else or be what someone wanted me to be. A dignified woman would certainly never call another woman a whore or a vulgar, emotionally immature goose, especially a complete stranger. Clearly, you lived to portray an image you were told was dignified and classy. However, someone truly classy would never talk to someone they knew nothing about, using profanities and trying to look and body shame them. Shame on you for not being confident enough to be who you want to be and lift up other women who are secure enough to do that. And shame on you for judging women on their looks, because I can change how I look at any moment, but you can't change your insides. I mean, it's true. All these people who love, I love this ring, and it even like changes like its size, like it's like stretchy, but it's like, oh, it's hurting my finger for some reason. And every time you write, like, cause not often, but every time I get messages like that, and this is my red light therapy that I love. Like, I think like, okay, they're gonna shut up now, cause like just like be done, be gone. And then She said, yours is the typical mindset of contemporary womanhood nowadays. I looked up contemporary women. They're like women up to 45. They are narcissistic, self-centered, vain, and is all about the me, me, me. No wonder our society is going to hell in a handbasket. Nothing wrong in doing what you want, wearing what you want, as long as there are limits or boundaries to no one's behavior. According to your thinking, if a person wants to walk completely naked down the street, um, down the street, that's perfectly fine with you. After all, they're doing whatever makes them happy and having the confidence to do what they want without caring what others think. That's illegal. You can't walk down the street naked. And that would affect other people, because what if the children saw that? Like I've always said, you can do whatever you want, but don't make me have to pay for it with my tax dollars, which that's what I would, because that person would get arrested and then they would be too poor to make bail because they're probably on drugs. That's why they're naked. And then they're using that I'm paying for it. Why would, who walks down, why is that the example? I mean, where did, just like the garage thing, where do people come up with these things? And why continue to fight with me on this? Why? These are the things that I think about, because I'm one of those psychological kind of person who I like to try and understand. I want to understand why certain people can't just say, yeah, I've been on here for a while, and yeah, sometimes I do fall asleep, and I've been told that many, many, many times, and you know what? Maybe I should just go get a checkout and say thank you or if you really feel inside fuck you, girl, then just say, you know what? I appreciate your concern and I'll look into it if I have time. You can say no by being respectful. You don't have to be rude and I love, there's one part where she's like, I don't use the C word often, but 20 C words later, it was like, this is what bothers me with women. This is what bothers me. And this is why YouTube is going to crap. Because people don't want to go places that they're going to get attacked for having an opinion. They're scared that they're going to go somewhere that they're going to get attacked where they're going. And it's just stupid. And in coming back after 7 months, I've gone to a lot of the revisited kind of some of the places I used to go, and it's hard to find a place where you honestly feel like I'm gonna be allowed to just say my piece and not have this faction of people behind the scenes going after me. And nobody wants that. Why not just watch Netflix? Why go through all this? And even as a creator, you start to think why go through all this if this is what I get out of it? Where's the fun in that? Which is probably why I have all these ideas for comedy skits backed up, but I've been mostly concentrating on Patreon stuff, because I just every time I go to think about making a funny skit, it just doesn't feel that funny, because the content of it is just I don't know. It's just not that funny, because it's just people acting like ignorant, classless people. And I don't mean that in a way to put anyone down. I don't want to be well, you're saying it too. But it's I don't know how else to explain it. That you've got someone here trying to help you who's obviously concerned and cares. And, and the whole goal is helping to find a child. So wouldn't you put all that on the back burner? I don't care. I'm listening while preparing for this. Oh my gosh, you have a snowstorm coming? How many inches are you supposed to get? I would love some snow. I swear, I can't wait. I think I have a few more years before I can start getting my IRA, and then I want to buy a place in the area where we go. And that, by the way, was retinol and hyaluronic acid encapsulated stable technology renewing serum. And there's one of those in the box to give away. like the giveaway box. But it's like, no, I forget what I was saying. Shoot. Crap, what was I saying? Oh, I really would love to, like, we always stay on the same street and it's at like 7,000 feet. So literally we never leave the house. Oh my gosh. Remember last year when we got 18 inches here, which like we don't get, we get like a dusting, like up to at like, and then it's gone by the next day. But we got like 18, all the trees broke because they weren't used to it. It was bad. And it was right after we got back from Tahoe. I loved it. I loved it. I love snow. See, I grew up in snow. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I went to Penn State. I went to medical school at Northwestern Medical School. I love snow. For a minute. For a minute. Just for a minute. I just got the best Amazon surprise for my sister. A smart hula hoop? What's a smart hula hoop? Does it like go around like and you don't have to do anything? Because I just got my kids some Frisbee and it's like got all these LED lights in it. And it like, actually the big thing that I just got for my son is, you know, of course he's got 3 monitors. No, my kids are not spoiled whatsoever, but he has 3 monitors. So I wanted to get him a thing that attaches on it that has arms. So like the 3 monitors, you can go anywhere. Because if you just put 3 monitors straight on a desk, it takes up a lot of room. So this way it's raised up. And so he still has all the, I am going to Google it. Smart hula hoop. Okay, we'll look at that next. Smart hula, oh, you can't see it over there. Hula. Okay, we'll look at that next. Oh, that does look cool. Oh, okay, we're gonna look at that next. But yeah, they got this. I've been in Milky Way. I'm in Milky Way shape right now. I probably have a Milky Way wrapper. If I look close enough, there's probably a Milky Way wrapper somewhere around here. I'm telling you, I bet I'll find you a Milky Way wrapper. Give me 1 second. I'll find you a Milky Way wrapper. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. I don't see one actually. My husband actually is so nice. He's so kind. He brought me real food. So hopefully I would eat some real food. Look, he brought me little pot stickers. Isn't he so nice? He's so nice. That's the same husband who kicked me out of my house and made me live in my garage. Yeah, that's yeah. He kicked me out of my house and now I'm in my garage here. And that's why he brought me pot stickers to my garage. Those are good. Okay, so anyway, I don't understand this. I don't know. I just, all right. So then, let's go back to this crazy lady. And she said, yours is a typical mindset of contemporary womanhood nowadays. They are narcissistic, self-centered, vain, and it's all about me, me, me. No wonder our society is going to hell in a handbasket. Nothing wrong in doing what you want, wearing what you want, etc., as long as there are limits or boundaries to no one's behavior. According to your thinking, if a person wants to walk completely naked down the street, that's perfectly fine with you. After all, they're doing whatever makes them happy and having the confidence to do what they want without caring what others think. It has nothing to do with insecurity. We boomers, and I got to look up what the ages of all these different things are at some point. For the most part, we're taught to behave in a proper manner, and I'm not referring to the hippies. I don't think hippies refer to properly. Oh. What profanities are you talking about? Whore? Nowadays, one hears the F word even from kindergartners. Well, then those parents aren't parenting very well. The thing is, you can't face the truth. You want to live like many of your contemporaries in a make-believe world where there are no limits. Focus on doing good to others, like volunteering, helping the needy and similar. Have good character comes from inside, not outside. Have a nice day. Have I ever helped the needy? You know, I seem to remember I had a nonprofit cat rescue that sunk 400 grand into. That's kind of a little helpful to society. I helped start Trap Neuter Release up here in Northern California with Alley Cat Ally. That's a little helpful. Started the whole barn cat revolution up here, you know. Found one of the first medications for feline coronavirus, FIP, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, hey, I should learn to like go help my society and stuff like that, right? Right? See, this is the thing. When you know nothing, when you know nothing about somebody, don't talk about them. And that was like the thing on Friday. Nobody knew, but everybody's talking. And you sound like a moron when you do that because you get things wrong. You just sound stupid. And what was that? And if you enjoy, look, Milky Way wrapper. See, I told you I'd find one if I looked hard enough. And that's the thing. If you want to sound stupid, go for it. But I don't know. I mean, this is the thing. And it's not a guy thing. Guys don't do this. Only women do this. I mean, and I don't know. I have sons, so I don't know if teenage girls do this or if it's just like older women. Because I mean, if I had a daughter who acted this way, oh my God. No. Like they would be told that's not how you act. That's not how you treat people. Like I don't understand how adults let their kids act like this. So then I said, I agree. Society is going to hell in a handbasket. Participation awards, no drives, stay on your parents' insurance till 27, free college. It scares me. Kids can't change a tire or read a clock, and learning history, that went away. See, you judged QueenOG based on her appearance after watching a few minutes of a live. Shame on you. Why would someone walk down the street naked? That's illegal and it affects others. What if a child saw that? You can do whatever you want you can't do whatever you want when it affects others. And me being on YouTube doesn't affect others because you don't have to watch me. Now, you want to know who I am? I'm older than you think, but thanks for the compliment. And I'm not a contemporary woman. I've worked since I was 14 because I was raised by a single mother on welfare and in government housing. We were very poor. I put myself through college and medical school. When I got pregnant, we reworked our finances. I'm in California, which is a 2-person income household state, so this was not easy. So I could become a stay-at-home mom because I have very traditional beliefs. I even hang my clothes outside to dry rather than use the dryer because it saves $200 a month. Gas is very expensive here. I am the opposite of a feminist. I don't believe in divorce. I am conservative. I also started, owned, and operated a nonprofit cat rescue for over a decade, during which I gave $400 of my own savings because I helped every cat in need. That was prior to meeting my husband when I was a dot-com entrepreneur and gave back a good bit of my 6-figure salary rather than buy boats and planes like my friends. I still socialize ferals to this day. My life is spent tending to my house, husband, and children 24/7 when I'm not taking care of cats. My time on YouTube, crazy hair and nails, is my one escape. I do them myself because I'd rather spend that money on my kids in a world where I spend every waking minute helping others, and it helps pay my cat volunteering. Still want to mouth off that I'm selfish, me, narcissist? This is why my generation was brought up to be told if you don't have anything to say, don't say anything, and don't judge someone until you've walked a mile in their shoes. Now I have a feeling you had a bad day and decided to take your issues out on a stranger that you judged too quickly because I have more class, dignity, security in my little pinky than all of you. Go educate yourself and get some couth while you're at it. I mean, these are the people. These are the people that are on YouTube, and this is the reason why so many people I have heard have said, like, I just don't even want to like log on anymore. Like, I don't want to log on. I don't want to. There aren't any channels that I like to go to. I don't know what to do. Oh yeah, and then she does say, and then she actually does went on. This wasn't here when I like set up the live. She says, I only get tough when someone else is rude towards me. Okay. This is the first time I have criticized. How was I rude to her? Did I message her first? I am so fed up with all the corruption, vulgarity, and immorality going on. It makes me sick. If you saw the Oscars, I'm sure you were. I don't watch the Oscars because I don't watch stuff like that. I'm sure you recall the guy who walked up on stage practically naked. As I wrote before, women today have little or no class, the way they present themselves, not just young. Like, perhaps I misjudged you. My sincere apologies. I'm just fed up with this world. See? Okay. So this is my point, is that I think between YouTube being this like anonymous platform where she can sit in her little whatever room and talk shit about me and be confident that I'm never going to find out who she is, maybe, and, just sit there and yap about me. And I think COVID kind of got us to this point where we really got dehumanized from other people. So she's sick of the world. She's pissed off. She's scrolling through. She sees a thumbnail and she watches for 5 minutes and then goes off on me without knowing a damn thing about me, without listening to the whole live, without looking at any other videos on my channel. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And it was funny. I was talking to my husband about this, and he's like, why do people do that? And I told him exactly that. I was like, I can tell you, this is exactly what happened. She had a bad day, and she's just taking her crap out on me. And this is what needs to change in life. People need to start caring more about other people. And people need to start thinking before they speak. And people need to stop just like blowing on people for no reason. Like, nobody's jealous of you. First of all, no one's jealous of you. No one's jealous of anybody's friendships. No one's just out to get you. Like that's what people say when they're hearing the truth that they don't want to hear. Oh, you're just jealous of me. No, I'm telling you the truth and you don't want to hear it. And so now she tells me, blah, blah, blah. Oh, now she wishes me all the best. Okay. I mean, see, that's my whole point. Totally misjudged me. Went off. I'm a whore. I'm a vulture. I'm part of contemporary society. Blah, 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 blah. And then reads the real me and is like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you should be, you dumb head. And that's the problem. Okay, I'm going to show Jackie Jude's little thingamajiggy here. Okay, so let's just do that. So these are smart hula hoops. My goodness. What is this over here? Smart hula hoops. Oh, I think my husband just left to go get my kids. And that was part of the whole problem from Friday. And that was part of the whole problem that I had 7 months ago. It's just people are so wrapped up in themselves and in their unhappiness with themselves that they just go off on random people and think that since it's anonymous, it doesn't matter. Like, people start to forget that other people have feelings. Like, just because you say all that crap to me, and I tagged her in the title, so I hope you're watching here, Diana. I hope you are. Hold on, I gotta put this stuff over here. Because just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean that it's okay to go off on me, because I might have feelings too. I might be a human too. And that's what people don't realize either. They somehow think like, oh, you're a creator. So like you like I can just say anything and it won't matter. Well, I mean, I think before you come on YouTube, you gotta, know you have thick enough skin for it and know that you can talk to people like that and stand your ground and not get upset about it, or hear that you live in your garage and not get upset about it and stuff like that. But at the same token, I mean, I don't think people realize, even though I'm apparently a contemporary woman who's 45, but thank you anyway for that. I appreciate that. But yeah, and that's, I mean, I've noticed that the creators that were part of like the shit show stuff have kind of gone away. They've broken up, they've disbanded. Like there was the whole group, the whole faction, and they've broken up, and and I think that's good. There's really only one left that I see who thinks like, I mean, it makes me laugh. It actually makes me laugh when I hear someone starting off a show being like, and it's not a show. Disney on Ice is a show. Like, I'm not doing a show right now. This isn't a show. There's no theatrics. This is me talking in my garage. Oh, I mean my closet. I mean, this is not a show. I hate when people do that. It's not a show. But it's like when people started off being all like, I hear I was very popular today. Well, one, you're old enough that should not be what you care about. I mean, you're popular. The definition of popularity is not that you're so hated that a lot of other channels made videos making fun of you. That's not popularity. Popularity is when a lot of people like you and want to be your friend and try and be friends with you. That's popularity. Like the prom queen, the popular girls, they were the girls who had a lot of other girls who wanted to be friends with them. They weren't the girls who people thought were morons and idiots and made fun of them. That's not popularity. It's not being famous. It's not being infamous. It's being a dum-dum head. My voice impersonation. My disabilities. I wouldn't want to make fun of anyone's disability. And then you get to, where's your proof? Where's your proof? It's the most annoying thing in the world. Like, I've never seen that person show proof. Where's your proof? Where's your proof? As soon as I hear that, I'm like, wow. Someone needs to snort a little more Ambien right now. Speaking of which, I'm going to do some Coke. No, I'm just kidding. I have to. My husband just came back in. I'm going to go pee. I'll be right back. My voice in person. We got to talk on the phone. The problem is my laptop I've been keeping out here in my studio, and then it's like farther from my bedroom. So I think I need to put YouTube on my phone. But sometimes I sleep in the fourth bedroom down here by my studio because of Sam, which is a whole nother thing. So hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to go pee-pee. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'll take a bump, please. Okay, let me just go get it out. It was so funny. Were you on yesterday? You were on yesterday when Rafina was on there. She was like, she texted me afterwards and she was like, I hope I didn't get you in trouble saying those things. She was like, I was just joking. I was like, I know, but other people don't know you yet, so you can't joke about it. Like the first time you come on to a channel, you can't joke about stuff like that. But she cracks me up. She's ration, but I don't know where she's going. But she's hilarious. I really want to get her on. I think she would be really funny. But for those of you who are Patreons, because Jersey Girl, did you get in Patreon yet? Because I put up a poll about when is the best time to do live streams for Patreons, because I haven't really done a live stream just for Patreons yet. And I want to. And I think the best time is going to be after dinner, my time. So I put a poll up in Patreon. So we can just do that. And I put a couple other things in there. But the problem is a lot of you signed up for free, which is fine. That way you didn't have to double pay, YouTube for the month and then also pay Patreon for the same month that you're still a member. But I can't message you, and I'm not sure if you get notifications of things. So I don't know what you do and don't get. Because I put I've kind of been concentrating a little bit more on Patreon than anything. Just because I have all the... So for YouTube, I'm going to do live streams and then I'm going to do skits like always. And I have a whole list of different skits, but I just haven't really felt the impetus. But then on Patreon, I have there's so much stuff to do. I did a caption this earlier today, which is kind of funny. But we're going to do a lot of stuff. So if you're not already over there, go over there. But I did put a poll to see what the best time is. Because you can sign up for free right now, and then you won't have to start paying until... I did talk to YouTube, and I have talked them into... they're going to actually pay me the money I made in February. But it was a fight, because I guess what YouTube does is they calculate how much you make on the 21st. And I was demonetized on the 23rd. So they should have calculated what I made on the 21st. And then there's my money for February. And then they demonetized me. So, okay, bye-bye. Fine. But they were trying to say oh, all the money from the 1st to the 21st, we're refunding everybody, which nobody got a refund. And I even bought a membership on February 1st just to see if I would get it. Nobody did. So finally they came clean. I'm going to do, I actually was going to do another Bullhorn Betty parody because she's back doing her same shit. And that's how I came here. That's how I started doing Twitter. And I've tried to link everything together now. I'm trying to link and I got on TikTok too. So I'm trying to link TikTok, although Sam's is the easiest stuff to put on TikTok. But I'm on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And then I think that's all of it. I'm trying to find out. Well, there's a video. Did you see the video that goes through step by step how to do it? Open up the video in one window and then try and sign up for Patreon in the other window. Because you just get to the point and you choose your Google account, and it's whatever Google account is your YouTube account. And then you'll see the page where it says free. Do you want to sign up? You want to get a free account, or do you want, and then it gives you the paid accounts you can do. And you can just pick free for now and worry about the rest later. And once everybody's up, okay, call me tonight and we'll figure it out. Call me tonight and we'll figure it out. But anyway, I just, I mean, let's face it, I've been in this body for, 50 some years. So I'm very used to the fact that there is a group of women who like to try to bring me down. Oh, I guess I can do off the... Oh, this is why I wanted to show how the hula hoop worked first. Hold on. Oh, this looks cool. Oh, I want to get one of these. Oh, they got one on a deal. Wait, see, that's my husband just came through the gate. Oh wow, that's cool. Oh, that's neat. Because we don't lock our doors around here. But then again, we're surrounded by, like, I'm not surrounded by any people. And we have a full gate around everywhere. The kids couldn't get out when they were little. I mean, and there's cameras everywhere. So if anybody went over onto the property, you would hear it. You would hear them. God, that music is just like, come on. Well, does that look fun though? Well, call me tonight. My son wants me to help. We set up he got a 3-monitor thingy, that it comes in the back and then it has like arms and you can do 3 monitors. Because like I said, I'm not the spoiling mom. See, that's the thing. Like, as soon as I was pregnant, I was like, I want one of us to stay home. That's how I was. I was like, and I have a friend, my friend Jack, he's like, I can totally tell and not everybody can. I mean, California is a 2-income state. Like, California is expensive. Like, California isn't exactly easy to have just one income and like survive, like gas is still $6 a gallon, I mean, like the average housing price is still like $800,000-$900,000. I mean, you're not getting, like people are making fun of my garage in here. And I was like, well, if you added up the contents of my garage, I could probably buy a house in Idaho. So you could definitely buy a car with probably that much back there. But I mean, it was like so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, that's the stupid stuff. Like, why do you need to do that? Why do you need to put someone down? Like, why? My husband works days and I work nights. Yeah, like we definitely, I was like, I don't want to be I don't want them to, and they never wanted to go to, sorry, I'm just grabbing some makeup over here. They never wanted to do the like after school stuff. What do they call it? Boys and girls club. Like they have boys and girls club at their school. They never wanted to do that. They never, oh God, I can't even reach. Sorry if I show a boob shot here. Sorry if I'm gonna be undignified. Sorry, Diane. Sorry, I apologize. But they never wanted to do that. They were always like, no, I don't want to do it. So, I was like, well, I want one of us to be home. And it's great because literally they go to a school that there are 100 people. And that's kindergarten through 8th grade. There's like less than 100 people. And when one of them calls and says, like, Mommy, I have a headache, can you come pick me up? I literally can speed a little bit. And I can literally be there in 90 seconds. Like, literally. Like, they always say they can hear me. Because there's a corner you turn and then you get to the street up that goes to the school. And they can always hear, like, when I and then I slow down when I get to the school. But they're like, oh, there she is. But, like, they'll call and I'll be like, okay, put him on. I'll be like, do you need to come home? Yeah. And I'll just hang up and I'll be like, be there. Hang up. But I like that. I wouldn't want him to have to sit there for like, oh, sorry, I can't get off work for, because I remember I was like that when I was young. I would have a headache and it would be like, okay, well, I could be there in 2 hours. And I'd have to lay in the nurse's office with a headache thrown up for 2 hours. I hated that. So I always wanted to, and in the beginning I still worked and I worked and we had a nanny. So like if they fell, I could stop working and be up there. So I was here, but I was still kind of working because I still had my company. But I mean, it's like my life is for my family and my kids. So like to sit here and judge me, and it's like, you know, learn about somebody before you say something about them, because someone might look at me and say, and I still love, and I will always love the Barbie comment. Always love the Barbie comment, because I mean, not everybody, but as a young girl with blonde hair and blue eyes, always wanted to be a Barbie. And so if I can be in my 50s and still look good enough to be a fake Barbie, which means, I'm not all like wrinkly and sad, like that means that's a compliment to me. So keep calling me fake Barbie bitch ass, because that is a compliment to me. Our house is a house. Yep. That's how our house is. Like our house is always the one where it's like, where the freezer is in the garage, because our garage, we do have a garage. We have a 2-car garage. It's detached. It's that way. I don't live in it. But it's like all the kids know where the freezer is in there, which means where the little, icy cooler or whatever you call it things, what do you call it? Crud bums. The popsicles, where the popsicles are. They know where the popsicles are. And my son used to have one friend who he'd come over and he'd say, "What do we have to eat?" Like as if this was his house. He'd be like, "What do we have to eat today?" And I'd be like, "Well, what do we have to eat today?" I'd be like, "Well, we have chips." But it was cute because all the kids know, when you come to my house, whatever you want, you just take. You don't need to ask. Your rules about what you can and can't have. And I know rules about what they can and can't have. So I do watch them to see what they like, if they take something like they're not allowed to have, but they don't. They're good kids. But yeah, my house is always a house where it's like, because we have the pool, the trampoline, the the zip line, and our garage got turned into a gym. So our garage is now a gym. It's not where I live. It's a gym. It's a gym and a man cave. So it's got, and during Amazon, they had a deal where I could get a 55-inch Amazon Fire TV for less than like a 45-inch. It was like ridiculous. So I didn't want a TV that big, but I ended up getting like a 55-inch, like Amazon Fire, so there's this huge thing in there. So it's like a gym man cave in there, and it's great. And all the kids go there. And then we have all the video games, and then we have the pool. And so yeah. So I was always that, like if you need somewhere to go, you come here. And and I've always been the mom that the kids talk to, like they all know. Well, my shoes actually, I have so when I was younger, my shoe size was like an 8. Like I wore an 8, and I did have a lot of expensive shoes at that time. And then I got pregnant twice, and I gained probably a good 175 pounds between the 2 children. And then my feet kind of became more like a 9. So most of my shoes have been bought in the last decade. And a lot of my shoes I actually got from Shoe Dazzle, which they're not expensive, at all. And they're pretty good quality, I'll tell you. Especially considering, and this is probably it, especially considering I don't wear them. I literally, I'm sure if I wore them every day, they would, fall apart. But I don't. Where did I go today? Where will I go tomorrow? To pick my kids up from school. And that's it. I don't really go a lot of places. So, being that said, I don't need, I don't need Manolo Blahniks because I'm not wearing them all the time. But Shoe Dazzle actually has some great stuff. they have stylish shoes. They're not that expensive. You know, they're great. And if you only wear them once in a blue moon, they last for a long time. But we'll fix your thing. But like I have like these shoes. These shoes are the one on the on my YouTube page. These have been worn on the YouTube page when I took that picture. I kind of haven't worn those. And then I have like these are very cool. I've never worn them though. But I have things to wear them with. These are cool. I've worn these a few times. These are really cool. These are really cool. But I do have some very cool shoes. I do like shoes. They do make me very happy. They make me very happy. Especially like boots. Like these are my Christmas boots. So I've worn these twice. I wore them for a Christmas party this past year and the year before. They have like a little bow. And they're like thigh high. They've been worn twice. And I'll probably wear them again once this year. And that's it. Probably all I'll wear them. But I mean, I just like shoes. I like shoes. Like, these are cool shoes. But these are all from Shoe Dazzle. These are not expensive shoes. They're not. They're like these are kind of. These are what are these? These are these are Carlos Santana. These are kind of expensive. But I did have this one pair. We had a problem with the water coming in, which is why I have like this big humidifier in here, because it can get like watery, you know, just because everywhere gets watery in California. And so I had this pair of like really expensive boots that I don't know what happened to them, but they're like the one thing that got super, super ruined, and they were the most expensive boots I had. I was really bummed. I want summer to get here, so I live in my flip-flops. I love flip-flops too. I usually, see, that's the thing. I usually live in like that's why they joke with me. Like, I have all these clothes and stuff, but like I'm kind of like I kind of live in like flip-flops and stuff. But like in the winter, I live in stuff like this. Like, this is just like a sweater dress with like, you know, like little shorts underneath of it. You should come here this summer, Jackie Jude. You know what I want to do? You know what I'd love to do? I would love to make like a thing in the backyard of like lots of little like glamping little cabins, because you can get like for like $4,000, you can get a bathroom, and you don't have to get a permit, because California is all about permits, because it's like self-sufficient, but it has a shower in it and like a sink in it, and it's cute. It's like really cute. And it's like, it's self-sufficient, so it doesn't go to your like septic. And it's like $4,000 done and done, you know? So we had to maybe I'll go outside on my phone in a minute, but we got my son a drum studio because he's into drumming. And like, and it's on a deck. So I was like, what if we had like the deck system, and there was like a bathroom and then another little cabin. We had like 3 or 4 cabins, and like, you know, made it like a, you know, we could make a lot of money renting those out. Like, can you imagine? Like, we kind of live in a resortish town, so we could if we rented one thing out, like we could make a lot of money. But that's why I want to buy a place in Tahoe when I can get to my IRA, because we could buy a place in Tahoe and we could rent it out and then just live in it like the winter, like December, and like it would pay for itself. It would be cool. But see, that's the thing. That's the moral of today. You should not judge other people by how they look, how they talk, how they act. You should talk to somebody and you should get to know them, and then you can judge them, because you never know. Because you look at Diana over here, and she thought I was some 40-something-year-old narcissist. who was all like me. It's like, it's funny. I've like been complaining like the past year that my whole life is for everyone else. Like I don't have a minute for my, like everything is everyone else. Like nothing is for me. Like I don't, like, I do my own hair, I do my own nails, like everything's for everybody else. Like my son's always like, why do you have the crappy crap phone? I'm like, because you have the brand new Apple phone and I'd rather have you have that, and I don't really care what I have. And my whole life has been like that. Like my mom got sick and got hospitalized when I was 10, and from that point on I was like the adult. Like I've been the adult since I was 10. Like I never had a childhood. Like, I've been an adult since I was 10 years old. Like my whole life is taking care of other people. So it's like to hear someone say, narcissist, me. It's like, I don't know who you're talking about, but you're not talking about me, because my life is you, and you. And then there's Sam. Sam is so cute, by the way. He is so cute. I put a little video of him on Patreon this morning. He is so cute. I mean, I can't believe he was like this wild animal that like the place wouldn't even give me. They're like, nope, sorry, he's too wild. We can't give him to you. He would be a danger to your family. And now he's like the sweetest thing. The only thing that he's getting used to is he's learning the word claw. Because when he milk treads, he needs to keep his claws in. But he's learning. He knows claw and paw, and he keeps them in. But don't judge people. Don't judge anybody. Why would you? If you're happy in your own life. See, that's the thing. If you like, I can't imagine going into someone's anywhere, like going into someone's work, down the street and just ripping on them or like saying things to make them feel bad about themselves. I can't even imagine it, like for a second, because like, why would I want someone else to like not be happy? Like my whole reason for coming on YouTube was to like be like this anti-bullying, lift women up kind of thing. So it's like, like that's the last thing I want, is to like people feel bad about themselves. My whole thing is to be against the people who are like, hey, who do you just think you're like? Nobody think like. I can guarantee you that neither I nor Tiffany think that we're better than anybody else, or think that we're prettier than anybody else, or any of that stuff. So that's like when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, it's like me, like exactly what I heard about me 7 months ago. And it's like, she's not like that either. Like, and it's like, whatever you, like, I think she and I are kind of like, whatever you think, she stands her ground for what she believes in. And I always respect people who stand their ground for what they believe in. You might not agree with what they believe in, but at least they stand their ground for what they believe in. And you have to respect that, like, and nobody agrees with everything. That you always get the ugly piece of chicken. Where did that come from? Was I talking about chicken? I want to get some chickens, actually. Here's a funny story. One day I was driving, and I drove my kids to school, and then I was driving the opposite way, and this chicken runs out in the middle of the road. And not only did I know the chicken, like I knew whose chicken it was. So I called the person. I was like, your chicken's running around down the street. Like, you better go get your chicken. Like, you live in a small town when you know a chicken and you know whose chicken it is. That's what a small town this is. It's a very small town. Everybody knows each other's chickens, knows each other's business. But I would love to have goats. I want to have goats because right now everything needs to be eaten. Everything's overgrown out there and needs to be eaten down. See, I don't like chicken. One time I got chicken with a little blood vessel in it, and it was nasty. It was nasty. And I've never been evil. I've never been evil. I've been evil a lot. I've never been able to eat chicken again ever since that moment, because it was so disgusting. It was like I cut it and like, ugh. And my kids, their favorite thing is I make teriyaki chicken. And apparently I make this teriyaki chicken to die for. Like, my kids' friends come over and they're like, can we have teriyaki chicken? Like, they love my teriyaki chicken. And I'm like, sure, but don't make me eat any of that crap. I just can't stand chicken. I think chicken's nasty. I don't know. I don't like, I don't know. Like, lately I've been like I'm not a vegan or anything, but lately I would much rather have like a smoothie or something than like meat or anything like that. But I don't know. Don't judge people. And if you do judge people, just realize that you're like, people think, this is the funniest part. People really think that, like the other night, like there was another woman that I remember came up on panel, and we all know what I'm talking about, and was just trying to like get into the mix and talk shit and get relevant, and was like, trying to put everybody down. And it's like, you do realize that we see right through that, like, you do realize you're not fooling anybody. And we all realize that you are unhappy in your life and you are trying to put someone else down to make yourself feel better. Like, you do know that, don't you? And I don't think they do. I honestly don't think they do. They don't think we know that, but we do. It's like it's like if you don't watch someone, you don't know about them. That was the whole thing. It's like, I don't watch her butt, and then know all about her. It's like certain other person, I don't watch her butt, blah blah blah. And then it was like, oh, I have other people watch. That's even creepier. So I think that's all I can say on that subject. I think it's stupid. It's idiotic. My sister's neighbors got chicken and it caused a rat problem. Oh my God. So we got Sam because, all of our feral cats, all of our outside cats passed away, and we needed something to deal with the mice problem because we live in the country, and in the country you get field mice. So that's what we got Sam for. And that's why when they were like, he's wild, he'll never be a pet. I'm like, I don't care. I want someone who kills. That's what I need. That's all I need. I want him to kill. And then he turns into the biggest love bug, like, ever. I think because I tried to get him to come outside once, and he got traumatized, and he like kind of reverted a little bit, and he went a little wild and cuckoo in his head for like a few hours. And I think the outside was so traumatic to him that like he like does never want to go outside again. Like, he just wants to be inside forever. So now it's like, do we get another outside cat? So for now we put rat traps out. And so the garage is now a gym and a man cave, but we have rat traps out there because we were supposed to have, because that's where the rats go, or the mice go, the field mice or whatever. So I'm looking around and like talking to my son, and he's like, and 2 of the traps got set off. And oh my God, like, I remember when we got Sam and he was like skinny, like skin hanging off his bones skinny. They were like huge. There were 2 of them, and their bodies were this long, and the tail was, I think. And I was like, man, he probably ate like a good 20 of these things. But 2 of the traps got set off. So clearly there's, just more that are going to come back. So it's like, now do we get another feral outside cat? But the whole thing was we have 2 female inside cats. So to get another outside cat, we would want to get a male. But Sam probably won't like that. And the other cat might not like that. So it's like, now what do we do? So anyway, we have all these traps out there. 2 of them got set off, and they were huge. I was like, damn. And I also hear they don't like certain smells. So like I put an incense thing on with like peppermint, and that's supposed to help. But eventually they'll get used to it. And they'll just like not care anymore. So Yeah, the rats will go for the chicken food. Like, if you live in the country, it's really hard not to have like like, that's why they're called field mice. It's hard to not have a mouse or rat problem if you live in the country. Really hard. That's why it's really good to have outside cats. So I'm like I honestly don't think Sam will ever go outside again. He does not want to. Like, he just I think he was just so traumatized by everything he went through, because I think he like was born, in the wild, and then he somehow got kicked out of the wild. But he was probably like, there were probably like two males, and he got kicked out by the other male or whatever, and then he somehow wandered like past the woods into the country, and was going into country houses, like a house like mine, and going in and beating up the people's cats to eat their cat food. And so a lady called and they trapped him. So for him, he got kicked out, he got trapped, and probably yelled at by people, and then he woke up drugged out with body parts missing. Can you imagine that? That's like body snatchers. Like, imagine he woke up all probably like, ooh, and his balls were gone. Like someone took his nuts. Imagine being a guy and someone takes your nuts. Like, that had to have been like, I don't think I like these people thing, And then my husband said when we went to pick him up, there was the cat room for like the cats to be adopted, and then they always have a quiet room for the cats who are like, need it to be quiet because they're a little like, anxiety ridden cats. And then they said he was in his own room by himself with nothing else in it, because like he couldn't even handle the sounds of other animals, and like you couldn't even see him. Like, my husband was like, where is he in here? And they're like, oh, he's like, because he gets himself under covers really well. So he had gotten himself under the covers, and they're like, we're not adopting him out because he's too wild. Like, we have to sedate him to even like change his food. Like, we can't adopt him out. And yeah, like, I tried to get him outside once, and he saw the garage, and all at once he like looked at me and meowed with this crazy look in his eyes, and he just like ran into it, and then he just like freaked out and like didn't know what to do. Like, I think he just like got PSTD or something. Like, I don't think he ever wants to go outside again. Like, sometimes there's like a door, like, so there's a fourth bedroom, like, so this downstairs is like the first floor, and there's like a game room, and there's the office, and then there's my studio, and you can either come into my studio or you can go outside from the bedroom. And like, sometimes I'll come in here and he'll be waiting at the door for me. But if like I go through to the door that like goes outside, he'll just be looking outside like scared crapless. Like, he's just like, I don't even want to know what's out there. Like, I'm so scared of out there. Like, he wants nothing to do with out there. I have to put together a video of when like he got like lost outside, and like I was like, go Sam go, and I like got him back into the garage. It's like, it's pretty cool. It's like when we bonded. But yeah, he wants nothing. So I guess I have to. So I don't know. I don't know if we should keep doing the rat trap thing. Like, what do most people do? Like, will the rat trap thing like really get all the rats? I mean, like, if we put out like I don't know. Cause like I don't like, I want it to be like a gym and a hangout thing. I don't, because we totally got everything out of it, sprayed it down with bleach. So now it's been a few weeks, so it's like I know they're gonna start coming back, which they have because we killed two. But it's like, how do I keep them from coming back? Like, do I do the incense stuff? Do I get another cat? Like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I mean, I'd love to get another cat. I'll get some, like, I would love to. I used to always say, like, before I started my nonprofit, I used to say, I want to make a kitty farm. And people are like, you want to make a farm to grow cats to eat them? And I was like, no, I just want to make a place where, cats can go and live their life and they don't have to do anything. They just like, because I was part of the part that started TNR, Trap Neuter Release, in Northern California with Alley Cat Allies a long time ago. Like, I helped start that up here. Like, we would, make the little like sheds and stuff and put the food and have like, we would watch them and stuff. And it was my nonprofit and their nonprofit. And then suddenly I was like $400,000 in the hole and had 16 cats and was like, I can't keep doing this, or I'm going to have way too many animals and I will never be able to retire because I will be very poor because I could never say no. Like, someone would be like, we have a cat here. Can you take it? And it would be like, there'd be like no money in the budget for it. I'm like, okay. Oh, no money for food. Okay. And then like we'd get cats that were unadoptable. Because when I used to do it, there were like kill shelters. Like, no kill shelters were a new thing. So most shelters were like kill shelters where they adopt a cat. And like, if that cat doesn't get adopted in like so many days, they kill him. So I was the type who I'd go into a shelter and I'd be like, who's going to die today? Like, just give me whoever that is. Like, I don't care. Just whoever's going to die today, just give me that cat. And I'll take them. Whoever has like one eye and 3 legs and or like, I'll take that cat. Like, that's where I got this. I got this cat. His name was Whack. And he honestly well, back then you were allowed to call him retarded, but he was crazy. He actually had a brain deformity. And he had so many things wrong with him. Oh my God, he had so many things wrong with him. He used to circle. It's like cats have a hierarchy that they go through. It's like, here's your dominant cat, and it goes down. But with him, it was like concentric circles. It's like, here's the other cats, and there was like him over here. Like, he wasn't even part of the hierarchy. And it was like, I remember when I first brought him home, I had 2 other cats. And I remember the 2 other cats looked at him and they just were like, you don't fuck with crazy. Like that, you don't fuck with crazy. And he was crazy. Like, you were just like, you don't fuck with crazy. So it's like, there were all the other cats in their hierarchy. And then there was Whack, who like, wherever he wanted to go, everyone just got out of his way. It's like, oh, here comes Whack. Just let him go through. Like, well, just whatever. Don't mess with crazy. Oh my God. See, that's I think that's the camera. Someone's doing something crazy. See, I love having cameras. And the best part of having cameras is, all the wildlife shots that I get, which I have to show you guys. I have to put them together and show, because I have like red foxes. I have so many. Like, I have one video of a 5-point buck just walking across my backyard. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But cats any pet is expensive, especially if they get sick. I mean, so like when my husband met me, I had 16 cats. 5 of them were outside. So I used to always say, I only have 11. The outside ones don't count. And he's like, what is it? Like, outside children? Like, they don't count? Like, what do you mean they don't count? Like, I'm like, well, they don't count because they're not like in our house. They don't, but they still count because we still feed them, but they don't count that way. But yeah, they're expensive, especially when you have 16 of them. So, I mean, and that's why literally I spent as much money as I did, because I could never say no. It's just like, like some of my friends bought boats and cars and all kinds of crazy stuff. And weirdo me, I was like, I'm going to start a cat farm. And they're like, are you sure? There's a nice boat that you can get and we can go boating together. I'm like, no, I think I'd rather do my cat thing. Which, thank God, because at least I did something with my money, because they just lost all their money when the .com bust happened. But now we only have, it's funny because I was like, my kids both have a cat, and then Poo Poo died, and then I had no cat. And I was like, I don't have a cat now. But now I got Sam. Like, who knew? Who knew that Sam would be? And I started a TikTok, and Sam's most of my TikTok, and he's very popular. Sam is very popular on TikTok, I have to say. You know what? I have, oh my God. The next, okay, so we still have Christmas stuff to put away. But if I see it, I will get it out. I have, and I used to have 2 of them because 2 different people bought it for me. The Crazy Cat Lady action figure set. And it was like this woman with like blonde hair, all like, in a, thing to hold it up. And she had a brown robe on, and she had like a cat out of one pocket, a cat out of another one, a cat here. But she had like 8 cats. And at the time the person bought it for me, I had 8 indoor only cats. And I think I had like 5. At that point, I had 13 total, 5 outside, 8 inside. And there were 8 cats in this thing. And so I had 2 of them. So I opened one box, and then the other box I've kept, sealed. And if you go on Amazon and look up Crazy Cat Lady action figure, you'll find it. And there's a newer version of it. I have the older version. But so I've said, like, I'm not going to open it. I'm going to like keep it. Like, we have this thing when we go to McDonald's, we always take the toys, because for some reason, one of my sons, he got into watching unboxing of McDonald's toys, like old McDonald's toys. And he would watch that for hours. So when we go to McDonald's, we take the toys and we store them in a box. So someday in like 20 years, we're going to open up this box of like hundreds of McDonald's toys from like 30 years ago or something. And they'll probably be worth nothing, but it'll be interesting to see. But anyway, I forget what I was saying now. I can't remember. Anyway, so he was like, can we open him up? And I'm like, no, I already opened one up, and I don't know where those cats went. But this one, I'm never going to open. I'm going to save it. I'm not going to open this one up. This one's going to always stay sealed as like, memorabilia. But it's kind of funny that 2 people, and it was the same year, they got me the Crazy Cat Lady action figure set. And it's true. Like, if I was not married and attractive, I would be the stereotypical crazy cat lady. Just living at home because I don't have a job, because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I would just be a crazy lady living at home alone with my cats. And you know what? Life might be easier that way. Like, sometimes I'm like, maybe I should have just been the crazy cat lady. Maybe it would have been easier to just do it that way. I don't know. I do love my cats. And the thing, my big thing, and the thing I teach my kids is unconditional love. And I tell them, I love you. There is no condition under which I will not love you. I might be angry at your actions, and what you do, but I will never not love you. And your actions are different from you. So that's what I always have. Yeah, I have a P.O. box. And actually, I'm going to start doing, I was looking it up last night. I want to start doing like merch, like not QueenOG dorky stuff, but like sayings, like cool sayings and stuff, and like stuff like that. Like, there's one saying I had, it was like the longer I'm on YouTube, the more I want to just hang out with animals. But I want to do stuff like that. I want to do like merch like that, like cool, cute little things like that. But I do have a P.O. box. So Jackie, get on, you're on Discord. I don't, no one goes on Discord anymore. I pay like $30 a month for Discord, and no one ever goes on it. So I don't even know if I should keep the damn thing. It's like, you got to pay $30 for Streamer. You got to pay $30 for, and then I got Wondershare to make the stuff. And then I got Medicam. It's like, why do I have all these programs? So anyway, but chat me up in Discord, and we'll figure out a time where we can like get on a video chat and get you into Patreon. And if anyone else wants to get into Discord, you can email me. Anyone can email me at any time. QueenOG, I can't even remember. Carmelo, ciao, hello. I am Italian, but I do not speak good Italian. My family was from Provincia Petruzza Cabalbassa outside of Rome. But I used to speak Spanish to my grandmother. Like she would speak Italian and I would speak Spanish, and that's as close as I got. But ciao to you, my love. Ciao, ciao, mi amore. Okay, hold on. See, I can't type with these claws, as Diane pointed out. See, Diane, you're right in some points. Like these claws are really not, really not good for anybody. But I don't know why I like them, I think because my whole life is spent doing things for other people, that this is the one thing. And that's why I tell my kids. They're like, why do you buy shoes? Why do you get dressed if you're not leaving the house? It's like, this is the one thing I like. My whole day is spent, on everybody else. This is the one thing for me. And I don't care if, it's just to be more, it's the one thing for me. You love sending out Amazon surprises? I like getting surprises. But I was thinking about it and I was like, we should have a QueenOG glamping summer and like have like a couple of people, trustworthy people, come out and like glamp in the backyard. And like, cause we've only got the one studio, but like we got, it gets warm. Like, we do in the summer, we do movie night and we have like a screen projector that goes down in the front. And then we all like put tents out in the front yard. And it's so fun. And it's so beautiful in the morning because behind it is like this huge vineyard. So like you wake up and you just hear all the animals and stuff. Like imagine you have a glamping and everyone hit like, because I'm like, I got to rebuild everything because of my hiatus. Who knew I had to like make a video every like, so like, they don't tell you those things, but now I've fallen off the radar. So everybody hit like, so now I'm all like, nah. I gotta grow from the bottom up now again. But anyway, I did hear my kids come home and I must go see my children because I love my children. But I did, anyone who wants to be a member or was a member or whatever, go to Patreon and then there's the poll to see what is a good time for live streams so I can know to do live streams. Smash the like button, smash it like, and it's just Patreon. Well, if you go to the I mean, if you just go to like my homepage, it has all the other links. Like it has Twitter and TikTok and blah 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 blah. So anyway, thank you for hanging out with me and thank you for complaining about the judgy women. And I think the best thing to do is not give them credence, which is exactly like it was perfect. Like Tiffany and Benny had their spiel and they said their thing. And then they were like, we're not talking about you. And it's like, I didn't really talk about anybody here. I'm just saying some generalities, but I'm not talking about anybody either. So don't think you're all famous because you're not. Don't think you're popular because you're not. Because that means people have to like you. Big difference. Okay. I love you guys. Email me if you want to get in Discord, because if no one's going to use Discord, I'm not going to pay for it. And we'll just all use Patreon because there's like a chat there. So anyway, all right. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out in my wonderful garage that I live in, even though this wouldn't even fit a motorcycle. And there's no bed and pretty much just a closet with a place for a studio. So love you guys.